Outbound marketing has changed. Gone are the days where you can just send a bunch of emails out, get great replies in, book calls, and close deals at your heart's desire. Gone are the days where you can expect, okay, if I make 100 phone calls a day, I'll get in touch with 5, I'll close 1, and it's a great day. It's increasingly more difficult to rely on cold email and cold calls alone, and that's why we talk about physical gifting as one of the best ways to break through the digital noise and get in touch with your ideal prospect and build that know, like, and trust at scale. But one of the most difficult parts of running a physical gifting campaign is choosing what to send and to who. And today we're going to talk about the gifts, the items that you can send that can yield the greatest return on your investment. But before we get into actual items that you should send to your potential customers to get them interested to talk to you, we have to go over the number one rule in outbound marketing for physical gifting, and that is the gift is not about you. The gift is not about you. Yes, you may have an amazing brand. You may love your brand. Your customers may love your brand, but you are not selling yourself when you're sending out physical gifts. You are taking care of your prospect. The most important thing that you must consider when you are sending a physical gift, and really when you're sending any message out in any outbound marketing, is how you are going to help your prospect get from where they are to where they want to be. And the only way that you can justify helping them get them from where they are to where they want to be is that if you build authority and trust. And the main way that you build authority and trust is by doing something for them, right? Taking into consideration their challenges, their issues, their wants, their desires, not yours. Your prospect doesn't care if you make a sale, they care about themselves, right? So we must focus on our prospects and what matters to them. One of the most common mistakes that we see in outbound gifting are people sending items with their own branding, their own logos, or trying to be really clever about the item that they send to try and push in a message. Hey, let's send out something with, that has interlocking components because we help people stick together, right? It doesn't matter. They don't care about that. Cleverness is not what wins in outbound gifting. Personalization and thoughtfulness are what matter in outbound gifting. So knowing that, there's basically 2 routes that you can take. You can take a route where you are researching and sending highly personalized gifts to an individual based upon interest that you know that they have. Or you can send a highly personalized generic gift to an audience that you have a high degree of confidence they will appreciate. If you're going route number 1, I would say you're going to spend more time, effort, energy, and money with a higher yield return. Let's say you know that your ideal prospect loves craft root beer, right? If you go out and you pull together a 6-pack of the 6 best root beers that exist and send that to the client with a nice note that says you want to introduce yourself and who you are and what your company does, I'm pretty confident that you're going to get a phenomenal reply back from that person, and the chance that you've earned yourself a conversation is extremely high, right? But most people are not super public online, and it's very difficult to find out information on them, especially at scale. So when you're going for option number 2, which is highly personalized generic item, choose something that fits a desire for most people. Things that we often will say are things like custom, very nice water bottles, right? Or a journal, or something that a lot of people would enjoy, right? So these are things that we will show you and good items that you can send out, but it's really key to notice that if you're gonna go this route, if you're gonna go a generic item, make sure the item is highly personalized to that person. Make sure that their name is laser engraved on it. Make sure that the note that you send them is highly personal to them. These are all really important ways that you could take a generic gift that you can do at scale, but still make it feel really personal and earn that authority and earn that trust that we really care about when you're trying to build this cold starting relationship. Okay, let's dive into some specific gifts that we have seen work fantastic as a generic gift that you can send out. Number one would be a wine tumbler with a laser engraved name on it. Basically what you're saying is that I took the time to understand you, and realistically it's just about their name. I understand it may not seem like that's too personal, but when someone gets a box with their name laser engraved on it, the amount of personalization, the amount of thought that people think goes into that is extremely high. It's not just printed on a computer, it's something that takes a specialized piece of equipment that actually has to do this. So the perception of personalization and thought is extremely high. Most people will use this for all kinds of stuff. They don't need to drink alcohol. It's just the thought that matters. Really important when you're looking at any of the gifts that we're showing right here. These are all in our system for all of our clients to be able to use. They can use them at scale, so they can send 1 a day, they can send 100 a day. And that's one of the reasons why we love this system. You have access to an entire library of gifts that you could personalize for your prospects. Another one that I really enjoy would be the journal. You can see here, or you may not be able to see, it might be a little small, but what we write on here is a message that says, these pages belong to the creative mind of, and then first name, last name. It's imprinted on the journal, so it looks really professional. And when someone gets this, they think, oh my God, they took the time to think of me. Yes, it's a bit of an ego stroke as well, because we're saying that this is something that someone could use to write their genius thoughts in there. But the idea here is that we are being extremely personal with our message, leveraging their first and last name with a degree of difficulty that's perceived as high, but we are not going crazy into their specific interests, so that way we can do this at scale. One of the other gifts that we love sending out are these Titleist Pro V1s. If we can get a logo for the prospect, we will print their logo on one side, and then on the other side, we will write something like, I'm not lost, I'm just hiding from Jeremy Sporn, right? So it has their name on it, it has their logo on it. Now, if you know your prospect is into golf, these are phenomenal gifts. First thing you're doing is you are saying, hey, I understand you, I understand something you care about. And what you're telling them is, hey, I align myself with a phenomenal brand in Titleist, right? So they receive these 3 balls. These are the best balls in golf, according to most. And it has their logo on it, their name on it, and obviously a note card or some type of brochure or something that explains who you are and what you do. So you're immediately elevating yourself above all the digital noise and all the stuff that goes on in their life. They had to take the time to open a box, see something personalized to them, and your name is introduced to them in that context. This is why reply rates on these campaigns are in the 20+% range. 20+% of the prospects you reach out to are going to get in touch with you. Massively high rate. One of the last ones I will call out would be the white large travel mug. Black works great too, but same thing, putting someone's first or last name or both on one of these large mugs, these Stanley style mugs, has been an exceptional way to get someone to start a conversation. Everyone can use one of these water bottles, whether they have one already or they don't. The idea is that you're getting the idea across that you care about them by taking the time to personalize a gift and get it in their hands. People think that this stuff is amazing. These are just a few of the items that we recommend our clients send out to get interest back in. And obviously the platform is super helpful and convenient to help people doing this stuff at scale. One of the other ways that we always want to recommend that people can leverage highly personalized gifts is Etsy. There are plenty of Etsy designers that will do some amazing work, and all you have to do is send them information on the prospects. They'll send you the gift, so then you can then repackage it and send it out. If you give them the address of the person and do one-offs, they'll often just send them right to your prospects. It's a little bit more difficult to track and to follow up versus leveraging a system like we have, but Etsy designers have some amazing gifts at extremely great prices. It's actually how we first got started, and then we moved into a platform where we could do this at scale after we saw that we had such great results. So In conclusion, when you are leveraging physical gifting for your outbound marketing, it's extremely important that you follow the first rule, which is take care of your prospect, not yourself. The idea is you're earning a conversation by being focused on them, not yourself. Once you get on a phone call with them or face-to-face or a Google or Zoom meeting, then it's a logical question for them to say, hey, what is it that you do? Or, hey, I got this. I read your card. They're gonna say, this sounds really interesting. Can you tell me more about what you do? And then you can go into your usual sales pitch, right? But you're earning the right to be able to say what matters to you by first talking about them. Start with them. Leave yourself for later and you'll win. Start with yourself and leave your prospect for later and you'll lose.